Welcome to the September edition of the
Easy
Talk.
Talk.
Right. No, this is
Easy
the
Talk.
This is last month.
I know. That's why I said it.
September.
Here, I said that's why I said it.
Girl. 6 months. That's it.
Yeah.
We officially did it. Our first.
High five.
Oh, three good ones. Yay! So, okay, let's just put this out there. So this month's Easy Talk is super duper special. Not just because we're together again for the second time. Wait, what's your name? And I'm Erica, and we're Easy. Just in case this might be your first episode ever.
Yes.
Like, who are these ladies? What are they talking about? They just getting all in. They even warm us up. No introductions, no nothing. Hey, that part though. Because this is our third. Is it our third or is it our fourth? What? Wow. Yeah. I'm trying to think how many we did. I think it's our fourth. I think we did two
virtual.
Yeah.
One together.
Yeah.
And this is our fourth.
Yeah.
Like we planned. Like we planned.
Right. Okay, so you may hear some sounds. If you wonder why, it's because we're not in Kalamazoo tonight. We're in Fennville, Michigan at the Hook of the Hamate at the one and only annual Be Well Beautiful Woman Retreat. And that is what we are here. We're here to treat you, you're welcome, with the goodness of what has transpired these last small handful of days.
Just a little bit of what's transpired because it's so expensive. We won't be able to.
We can't. And see here, so when we talk about intentionality, and we talk about know thyself. So one thing I know about thyself is that I can talk. You hear me? I can get going, and then don't let it be a little passion infused. I am going. So we're on Zoom on purpose, recording this, even though we're together and we're the only ones in the Zoom room, because we could easily go over our time limit. But Zoom is going to keep us right and tight. It's a boundary. We're practicing boundary work, even as we do this. So there's a sound effect in the background. That's part of the goodness of the liveness, okay? So you may hear different things. I'm pretty sure you're going to hear some laughing because, OM goodness, it has been such a rich experience. But I've laid it all out. We're 1, 2, 3, ready, set, go. Be Well Beautiful Woman Luxury. This ain't just no regular basic retreat. This is the luxury edition. You hear me? And it has been so luxurious. Right. Yeah. Talk about them levels, sis, please.
Well, just from the sheer stance of luxury, it's been one where you can come, let your hair down, and every need is met. The amenities are infinite.
What kind of amenities has it been?
Well, jacuzzi.
Oh, jacuzzi. Copper top. Girl.
Sauna.
The sauna, though. Listen, I'm real quick. Here's the thing, right? So I ain't never been in a sauna before. And so I get in there, right? And it's hot AF, like already with this, like as soon as I open the door, driplets just hit me on my back. I was like, whoa, okay. But then I get in there, right? It's like benches. So it's like I'm climbing, I'm exploring. I ain't never been in no setup like this. Girl, I was like, do I get to climb up and just sit on the top? I was like, I am. So anyways, I'm in there, right? I got my legs kicked out. I'm just doing me. And all of a sudden inside my nostril, like it starts dripping. But it's not like sweat. Like it's not like, it was like real life drippage. Like
you were drip. In the jacuzzi or the sauna.
But I've never been. Oh. So I'm like, I knew the sweat all over my body, right? Like, and it wasn't like that hot, just got done working out sweat. It was like a very cleansing sweat.
Were you in there naked or did you do?
No, I had a little towel.
Okay.
But I was being a little extra because it was only me. So I had my legs open sometimes. I was like, everything needed to be thinned out. You hear me? We just
I'm steaming after we record tonight. I'm gonna go steam.
air that joker out. I mean, just get to let go of what no longer serves me and bring in that which is of my highest good for my hubby.
That
My
part.
and him.
Because we have been gone. We've been gone from home. It'll be like 5 days.
5
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
Yes.
so
Get that right and
definitely
tight.
getting it right and tight for
I
the
can't believe I
husband.
no, I can't
Just
believe
saying
it.
that.
Yep,
Yeah,
'cause
you
I
said
did.
it.
And I did. And I pointed out, so this is real shout out. Katie, please don't be mad. I don't think you will be mad knowing you the way I know you. But the thing about Katie, girl, so she used to do this thing, right, when we shared space together. And she'd be like, and I was like, ew, like, Katie, we can't do that. Like, you can't just with your mouth and just like that's not no
ladies.
girl. And here I am. I'm going on YouTube, Easy Talks, and I'm like, I had to clean it. I had to just had to release. I had to just nourish, rehydrate. You know what I mean? Cleanse, girl, rejuvenation, that part, replenishment. You hear me? That right, girl. Yeah. Let me stop about the right and tightness. Okay, so here's the thing.
So the other amenities.
The other amenities, please.
So the transformative, expansive amenities have been morning yoga, 8 a.m. with gratefulness, with much gratitude, with the community, with the collective, for all those that chose them to show up for this luxury retreat, because we know that wellness is a choice.
Right.
And we know that being the first to put you first in all ways is a choice.
And knowing thyself is a choice.
Is a choice. So having those amenities and then having the group shares with the 2 books that we've been focusing on is the Abundance book, as well as the 4 Agreements. So it has been expansive.
It has. And I think for me, like, it's been a divine blend. So like Zenda said, from waking up and starting the day at 8 o'clock doing yoga and just like creating that intentionality around being, around connecting to our breath, around movement, around release, around what's the word I'm looking for? Around like the power of choice, because that's one of the things about yoga that I really love is like when you are in your different asanas and you are really like connecting with your breath and you're letting go and your body is moving, it begins to stretch in ways that you might be like, whoa, I feel that. And one of Damara, who's the founder and CEO of Be Well Beautiful Woman, has put this whole thing together, and it's just so instrumental in both of our lives. But one of the things that she was talking about is like being mindful of the difference between pain and discomfort, because I feel like discomfort, discomfort, right? Discomfort is rooted in so much other extraness, whereas pain is like, hey, warning. Discomfort enters our body, and we encounter discomfort for a myriad of reasons. That coming up out of our comfort zone, doing something that we don't normally do, moving past fear, the body, yes, the body discomfort, but the body's physical reaction to change is really what I believe discomfort is, because it's like, oh wait, that doesn't wait. But it's like if we allow ourselves to fully go through it and continue
and learn the lesson as we go through.
Yeah.
To pause.
Yeah.
To center.
Yeah.
To ground, center, pause. To ensure that we're able to learn the lessons from the discomfort. Right. Because in the discomfort comes the growth.
Right. And even to honoring those moments when we don't show up like that. Yeah. When we like, you know what, I'm gonna go back to what I know, I'm gonna do what I do, I'm F this ain't working, you know, all that energy too, holding space for that part too. Like,
but let's be transparent. When we put out, we get back. So if we put that energy out and it's like that negative energy is going to come back.
It
So that
is.
discomfort is going to be even greater.
It is.
And it could potentially turn into pain.
But
Because you're not honest.
you're not. And all I'm saying is that and we still yet sometimes choose to go back to what we know. Because even for me, I can only speak for me, but being on this journey of intentional transformation since 2010, that's what, 13 years? Yeah, girl, it is. And for me personally, knowing all that I know, experiencing all that I have experienced, sometimes I'm like, F that ass. No, I'm gonna go back. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like being woke right now. I feel like being ignorant, gosh darn it. And I know that in that space, yes, I'm gonna create more of it. But when I'm in the heat of it like that, I could give less than two about what I'm creating.
Okay, but I'm about to be real with you.
Be real.
Because you may have those moments internally, but because as intentional as you are on your journey, that's not the light and that's not what you mirror in the world.
Right.
So let's be real, and we're gonna say
this is still 13 years.
I get it's 13 years.
Yeah.
But yes, we can pop off internally. But let's be clear that your pop off is internal, because what you want reflected in the world and the light that you give is in line and in light and love and what you know, because when you know better, you do better.
Sometimes so. I'm just being honest. Sometimes I'd be like, Erica, should you? And I'd be like, no, I shouldn't. And I'm still like,
okay, I'm gonna say this. From the time that we share space together, and we both had our moments of puppeteering.
That part. Puppeteering.
Puppeteering, not
puppeteering.
It's puppeteering. That's when you have the propensity to pop off and it goes to full throttle. But the other end of that is when you want to puppeteer, but you say no. And what I'm going to speak life, and what I know for my soul sister, is that she has an internal barometer. I have an internal barometer. As you journey this space of healing, evolving, and releasing, being the first to put you first in all ways, enjoying the gifts of today, she chooses 85% of the time to show up in light love. So why she like, because I'm going to just pop. Yeah, but it's internal. Because she knows better, and when we know better, we do better.
Yeah.
So
I do better.
I'm just saying this is just, but this YouTube, and I'm not going to let you say that I'm no, because that's not the truth.
Right. And
that may have been the truth,
right?
But that's not your truth now.
Not today, but let me tell you, about 4 months ago, the van incident happened.
But so what are we talking about? That's in the fire.
I know.
It's in the fire, so it's done. Because as the 4 agreements talks about humans, we're the only ones that keep talking about what was.
Right.
We're not going to do that.
Here's the other thing. I think the real reason why I brought that up is that giving credit where credit is due, in the essence that in each and every moment, we are truly doing our best. It don't matter what it looked like to the external world. We in each moment are doing the best we can in that moment, regardless of the skill set, regardless of the toolbox, regardless of all the books we done read, regardless of this and that and all that other extraness. Right. And again, what it looks like, because sometimes we see some stuff, we're like, I can't believe, girl, you know, no, you don't really know nothing about it unless it was you personally that experienced and went through it. So we can judge and we can make assessments, but we don't know what was the root of what caused someone to do something in a way that would make us look at them sideways.
Yeah, but I'm just not gonna let you show all up on YouTube talking about you because that's not your scenario anymore.
It's not.
We have evolved.
Yes,
and you are evolving.
Yes,
healing, evolving, and releasing all of that. What was, is now, and what will be in life, love, and love, attraction, and abundance.
Right. In real life, it ain't none of our business, because the only thing that we have control over is right here, right now, in this moment. And how do we want to show up in this moment? And I believe that that's really another essence of the retreat. Yeah. So many things that Damara has shared with us. Like, it's just been like golden nugget after golden nugget after golden nugget. And it's like, just as you're trying to process this golden nugget, you get to practice the present moment. Because that's something I really realized. Like, somebody will say something and it'll impact me in such a way. And I'm like, oh, I got to write that down. I got to take that down. And then I get to trying to remember every word that they said. And as I'm trying to figure out all of that stuff there, I'm not here. And so that's how I've been working on coming to, like, even if something hits me right now and it's so juicy and I want to savor it as long as possible, if I attempt to savor it outside of this moment, I lose my next moment.
Because you're not dealing in the moment.
Yeah, because I'm worried about that moment that had already happened. But
What is that called?
true,
Is that controlling it?
I don't know. It's
Trying to control
trying to control. Yeah, I think so. And I mean, I don't even think trying to control, but like trying to, like, I think just hold on to and trying to like write it down so that way you can come back to it. But again, like, it'll never be like it first was, because it's not gonna ever hit that same way, because that was a moment in time.
But it will hit that same way because you're gonna remember it and how it impacted you in that moment.
But it'll still be a new way.
No, it's gonna be that same way because it's gonna have that, in my opinion.
Right.
Because it's gonna have that effect on you. And it's gonna have that effect only when you're in that moment, because that's whatever that was, it triggered and it ignited something in you that you always remember it as it was in that moment.
So what I'm saying, when we are very, very mindful of our words, is it will never be that moment, because that moment already happened. It'll be a new moment, experiencing something in a new way, because I'm new. So if you think about a book. Have you ever read a book twice?
Girl, how about the books and the movies? I've read the 40 Four Agreements I've read like 20 times, like living real life. Heroine's Journey, like 3 times. So yes, I have. And I get what you're saying, you're never the same.
Right.
I guess what I'm saying is this, what I'm saying is this. The impact that something has on your life will never change the impact it has, because in that moment it ignited something in you that will transform you.
Exactly.
So
yeah, we're saying the same thing, girl. But that's the beauty too. So this right here, okay, saying the same thing, passionate about the same thing, but the way that I experience it is not the way that she's experiencing it. So even though we got similar experiences, they were our own individual.
What's been your greatest takeaway? Because we came a little early, we did some strategy stuff. But aside from that, like, what has been, two things. What did you come into this experience, with what intention did you have coming into it for yourself, as far as releasing and like something you wanted to just ponder as you entered the space? And what's your greatest takeaway so far?
Okay, so first question, I came in very much so like a blank canvas. Like, thinking about my work around expectations as I'm doing the work around with the gene keys. I'm like, okay, no expectations. That's not real. So how can I find that balance? So it was an expectation of a moment. Like, I knew I would have a moment here. I knew I would receive some sort of breakthrough. I knew that I would receive a weighted golden nugget, a shiny golden. Like, I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know what day. I didn't know in what context. I didn't know the formalities or the technicalities or the specificities. That part. But I knew I would have a moment. And that's all I wanted to even think about. I knew everything else would be organic. So the biggest takeaway that I got is respect for divine timing. I, again, have been on this journey for 13 years. And I'm telling you, this joker right here has been a ride. But I think about the years, and I think about the time that I spent wanting something so badly and thinking that it was going to happen when I wanted it to happen, how I wanted it to happen, the way in which I wanted it to happen, all of that. And when I didn't get it, I was left disappointed time and time again. I would go into situations like, this is going to be it. This is going to be the moment that changes my life. After this, my whole life is going to be different. I'm never going to be the same again, because, either I got that prophecy, or somebody called on me, or I'll hit the lot, like something was going to happen. And it never happened. So I'm like, what in the F is going on? Like, bro, you don't see me? You don't hear me? But no, real life.
No, I get
In
you.
this
You
moment,
know I'm not laughing at
Yeah,
you. I
no.
get you. It's just
But I'm
hear
like,
you.
though, when I think about for real, my life right here, right now in this moment, I have gotten everything I've ever asked for. I don't have my Escalade yet, so let me be mindful of that. Hold on, let me wait, because the Escalade's coming, the dream house is coming, but like the fact that I have 4 children, once upon a time I was told that I may not even be able to carry the full term. The fact that I am in a loving relationship with a man who does his best and cares about me, and I do my best and I care about him, who is the things that I asked for. I was given him. The fact that I own a house after experiencing homelessness, not once but twice, and my name is on it, and I did that before I got engaged, because that was something I had to do for me. I think about the fact that I self-published a book, a poetry book, something that I wanted to do for years. I didn't know it was gonna be no poetry book. I didn't know I was gonna be putting my business all out there like that, but I knew it was gonna be a book. And I'm like, so some of those, the fact that I am building relationship with my parents. I am building relationship with my parents. And I have an amazing, thriving, healthy, cherishing, just special, dynamic, life-giving relationship with my mother. My mother is my person. My mother is a gift to me from the Most High. And no matter what we've been through, I have it. Right here, right now, our relationship is better than it's ever been. So when I think about like those things that I deeply wanted, deeply, and was told it would not happen, or I had no evidence, I have it. So I know that that which I desire is coming in divine timing. And this retreat showed me that every single prayer was heard. No teardrop has been wasted. No, not one of those jokers. The divine universe, source, they saw me. They heard me. When my knees hit that floor and I was like, what in the F is going on? When I was walking in and getting checked into the psychiatric hospital, when I couldn't move laying in that bed and was having back-to-back seizures, girl, it got me here. And I prayed to be here one day. And not just here at a women's luxury retreat with my soul sister, with women that had it not been for this, like these women, these women they are angels, like literally angels. Like they are real. They are powerful. They are soft yet strong. They are dynamic yet like gifted, talented, like these women. Stop playing. And I'm here. And I got to experience everything. I got to experience it full body. That's what I got. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm not sorry. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I would like to now hand the mic over to you for you to share.
That was so extra. Just for the record, we have been judging each other and correcting each other on apologizing because we apologize too much. As women, as people, we apologize too much. I'm sorry.
What?
For breathing?
Exactly. I think I breathed on you by accident. I'm sorry. I spoke my mind. I'm sorry.
After I asked you to speak your mind.
That part.
So, okay, so my what I came into the retreat with was forgiveness. I realized that I had, as much as I say, I pray, dear God, please forgive me. Dear God, I forgive, with specific names, the people that I felt like had wronged me. I was holding on to some unforgiveness at deep levels. And so coming into it, that was my intention coming to the retreat when I was releasing. What am I going to release? I'm going to release unforgiveness. I am leaning into radical unforgiveness. And then I had to figure out, what does forgiveness look like? Does forgiveness look like saying, okay, because I forgive you, now I'm going to still share space, or I'm still going to do A, B, C, or D. And coming into this, I knew, like, okay, I forgive. Being here, hearing and feeling the God say it's okay. Just because you forgive doesn't mean you still have to share space. Just because you forgive doesn't mean that you have to, because you forgive doesn't mean you have to shrink who you are. Because you forgive doesn't mean that you have to even show up where you don't feel called to, or where, as my human design and my gene key says, where it doesn't bring you joy. So being able to center in, first of all, in God, my source, and know that I can still forgive the way He agrees with forgiveness and He supports forgiveness, as opposed to what man and what the person who probably they have done me wrong, what their their perspective is. Well, if you forgive me, then you should still, or you should still. No, I forgive you is enough. That means my heart is clean. That means my heart is pure. So coming into it, into the retreat, it was definitely releasing unforgiveness, and I'm confident in the releasing ceremony tonight. I feel my greatest takeaway, that was the next one. My greatest takeaway is like truly leaning and believing in your own power. Just really leaning to believing your own power, believing and what that means for me. Not taking into account what other people's perspectives may be. I can respect perspective, I can hear perspectives, but the perspective doesn't change my reality. So I'm leaning heavily into the fact that I can forgive and I can show up as me without shrinking and without stealing my joy. It's my greatest takeaway. In addition to understanding that you, as women, we really need to normalize being the first to put us first. We do.
Right. And that comes back to that part of know thyself. I think so often we can just get caught up in the activities and the to-do list and taking care of and the things, and we lose sight of like, who am I for real? Like, who am I? Like, who am I? Why do I show up in the way in which I show up? What is going on inside? What are my triggers? What are my joys? What are my passion points? What, like, what do I enjoy doing? Like, this is what creates, this is what creates different pieces and parts of me. Who are the pieces and parts of me? Like, that's knowing thyself.
Who were we created to be?
Yeah, but not only who were we created to be, but like,
and what we were created to be.
Yeah,
Our purpose,
yeah,
our passion, our light.
Yeah.
Like, it's really about becoming undomesticated, as it talks about in the Four Agreements.
Yeah.
And literally, so two of the books that were the foundation, if you will, or the talking points for this luxury retreat was the Four Agreements and the Abundance Plan. And being impeccable with your words, not taking things personally.
Always do your best.
Always do your best. And I'm missing one, and I know I said it out of order. Be impeccable with your words. Don't take it personally. Don't make assumptions.
Don't make assumptions.
Yes.
That part.
Yes, that's the third one. And then the fourth one is
do your best.
Do your best. And just like leaning into those four basic skills that we all mess up so much. Because like we talked about during the retreat, people lie. We lie to ourselves. And leaning into being true. We always talk about being unapologetically ourselves. Like, lean into your truth.
Right.
Be grateful for like full transparency. Soul Sister just did a Gene Keys for me. And a Gene Keys is I'm gonna just say HD on steroids. with more specifications that really gets in your mix with your shadow parts. And actually it gives you the tools it gives you the information you need that you really already know. But again, it's that truth.
Yeah.
Know thyself. And it helps you to know thyself so that when you are navigating, so you're able to, be impeccable with your words. You know when you own one where you can manage to be in your truth. So I'm just like coming into this retreat this weekend, this exact time and moment phase in my journey. I feel so full. I feel so empowered. I feel like, I know like the path that I'm on, though it has been rough, that he is doing a mighty work in me. And sharing space with the women that are here this weekend. The learning, the authenticity, the sacredness of the space. It's been transformative.
Yeah.
It's been extremely expansive.
And powerful. And just like, I feel like we were just fed. We were fed mentally, we were fed emotionally, we were fed physically, we were fed spiritually. Like we were fed, it's healthy, it's nutritious, it's juicy in all the right places, like texturally it's on point, and just touching all of our different senses. This retreat has just been, it's truly been a gift.
I mean, and you talk about amenity and luxury, and then you're talking about your senses, and the nutrition of the food.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be on a journey of wellness and doing all of the things, but it's the mind, body, spirit, soul. So for our minds were fed, our minds were challenged.
Yeah.
With different, textual, with the 4 agreements and the abundance book and the plan. And then you talk about your body with the yoga and stretching, and my body moved in ways since I didn't never move before in yoga. So to me, that's like it's a confirmation and a clarification. Like you're aligning, your body is in flow, your body is working for your highest healing, highest good. Knee issues and all, and 106 pounds less, like building that strength is sustained me, that warrior pose, that just fed, and being able to just lean and go. And then your mind, body, spirit, your spirit. I mean, just being in community and collective, the intention in the meditation, which in the meditation is prayer. And then your soul, just like being out in nature and having that butterfly speak to you and having that sun like being down on your being and just charge you. And that dog bark, which initially instilled fear, for me to say and me to hear God say, be anxious for nothing. Fear not. I got you. And then for me to say, you know what, you're right. And I literally, since I turned around to go away, but then I said, you know what, I'm going back.
Yeah.
So I just having nature feed your soul, that mind, body, spirit, soul is just working for one. And even just the trees and the roots, like walking boldly through the trail. And when it seems like you hear the noises and it throws you off, then you trip over the root. But then when you power back up in your senses and you say, no, I got it because God got me. And this is just but a journey, and those roots can no longer catch your feet because you're lifting your feet higher because your head is held higher. And so you're able to walk, and it's just like on that path. I don't know what's ahead, but I'm going to walk it. So yeah, it's been very, very rich.
Yeah, and for me too, like a lot of the alone time, like the journaling, so much was revealed to me, like so much, and just like the clarity, and that's why it goes back to me, for me, like that divine timing, like listen, like it's all gonna happen when it's supposed to happen, the way it's supposed to happen. But me being anxious and me wanting to control some stuff and me thinking that I know something better or deeper than the divine, like girl, fall back and chill. No, like sit down, take all of them seats, not several, every single one of them, because you need to calm down. you don't need to do anything, but you have an opportunity to calm down. You have an opportunity to pause. You have an opportunity to connect to your breath. You have an opportunity to become grounded in the present moment. And I feel like as we experienced this weekend, we had so many opportunities to do just that. Whatever's going on at home, whatever happened before we got here, whatever's waiting for us tomorrow, like, no, this retreat allowed us the space to really go deep, like deep internally and externally, as it came to the things, the conversations between women and the camaraderie and like the acts of service and like the visibility, like I see you and you see me. Not who we have to be outside of these walls and this space, but like I see you for real. You see me for real. Like we on this thing together, all in our different placements along the path, but we're all walking and together. Every step I take, you take, we take together. If you make movement, I make movement. If she makes movement, we all make a movement. Because that's what community really is. And that's what like female empowerment is. Together we rise. If you rising by yourself and all of us drowning, come on.
What's that Jay-Z song? It's the Carters. It's in my head. I'm getting it. Where I come from, if you rich, we all rich.
That part.
Because if I'm rich for myself, and that's not the word, I know I'm slaughtering your words, Jay-Z and Beyonce. My bad, but y'all know what I'm saying. Because if it's one, it's community, it's collective.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind, everybody can't.
But I'm saying,
however,
when you in an
alignment
together,
but it's about alignment.
Right.
It's alignment. And what do we say to each other all the time? My success is not just for me.
Right. My success for you. That part.
You know, this work is not just for me. It's for my children. And not just my children, but my children's children.
That part.
7
generations back and forward.
That part.
Yeah. And I think that's a piece too, like especially when we talk about the babies. Like it's important for me to give my kids something I never had. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest things that I want to give them is that it is okay to be them. And two, like I then want to take whatever that knowing is in them, I want to help them explore it. So I tell you about my princess all the time. She's so creative. I mean, she's so creative. She just, the way her mind works, it's brilliant. It is breathtaking. It is captivating. Just the way that she moves and the way that she puts things together in her designs and her styles and all of that. And I'm like, I see that. I want to be able to provide her with opportunity. Like, boo, that's what you go to school for.
And not one of us rephrase that. You what?
I am.
You will.
I am. Yeah, will am. Yes.
It will be done.
It is done. Ashe. But that part, like giving that type, and like my little gum job, you know, he say he gonna be an NBA star. Okay, cool. That's what you want to do. I'm sewing into it.
It's like that talked about it. It's one of the books. I feel like I've never read this much in my life.
Girl. Man.
So I wanted to book that we read, and I want to say maybe it's the heroine's journey, but it talks about that we immediately, once a child begins to show what you're sharing about your babies, we begin to squish it. We begin to start pushing them into that box. And so that is that when you talk about like change and like what is this all for, it's to change the trajectory so that like whoever I share space with, and maybe and their children and whomever I may touch, that they be able to be who they were created to be and not be put into a box.
That part.
Because for years I lived in a box. I allowed the domestication and I domesticated myself.
Yeah.
And those days are so over. And I feel so good about that. And just like that's the trajectory changing things, the limiting views that we give to our children, whoever we share space with when we're not in this healed and healing, evolving space. Because it's scary to go outside of that box.
Yeah.
It's easier to be fearful.
Right. It's just do
so much
do what you
easier to
know,
be
even if
fearful.
it sucks and
And you're miserable,
you're
and yeah.
miserable, all and you angry.
And life is meant to have joy, to have
Yes.
peace,
Yes.
to have
Abundance.
that. Yes.
Like abundance is
So,
a birthright. I was having a conversation earlier, like just about what it means for the potential for us to live by design. You know, like we were all created with intention. We were all created with purpose for a purpose.
mhm.
And it's easy to get into the world and to lose yourself because there's the boxes and there's the intention of others who want you to be what they want you to be, and they want you to get in line, and they want you to conform.
But that's
and they,
built in fear too.
They're
fearful
It
of your
is.
power.
It is,
Because
but
they know your power.
exactly. So I'm saying when we go back, that's one of the reasons why it's so easy, because it's a system built on that. And so it takes like just one thing, like I can't say we because I don't know all of y'all, but because we only have the opportunity to talk about ourselves. And I lost my train of thought, so it doesn't matter. I'm not supposed to speak on it.
I'm really full. So we just want to thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for supporting us as we do these easy talks.
Yes.
Because, I've known for some time the importance of self-care.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it transform my life. I've seen the ripple effects in my life. I've seen the aligned relationships that have come into my life. I've seen God's abundance showing up and showing out. And just because I just don't want to just talk to talk, we're going to just say we are extremely grateful for you guys joining us, because we see the folks that are watching.
Right. Thank you so much.
And our intent is that even if it's just one thing, when you watch
Mm-hmm.
and rewatch and share and rewatch, that it hits you the way it's supposed to hit you right when you need it. But most importantly, one of the things we talked about during our retreat is being a warrior. And that warriorship, good, you are your warrior. You are the warriors. We are the warriors. So warrior up.
And warrior on. Like that's when, like, warrior on. Keep going. It don't matter how you get there. Baby steps matter. It is okay. Just keep warring on. And not worry, but like warrior.
Warrior.
Yeah.
WARRIOR. What if I would have said it?
Yeah. Girl, and then the ing, because we're doing that, but we're moving on.
Or IN.
That part.
Yes.
Okay, so
worrying on.
I don't know exactly how long we've been on here, but it's super important that we give credit where credit is due. So it's time for our shout out. So first and foremost, I keep saying the one and only, but real life, like Damara West, need no introduction, need no none of that. But it is important that she be acknowledged for creating this container, this sacred space, this opportunity, this gift, this experience. Like, she is amazing. Be well, beautiful woman. You can check her out on Instagram. It's B, not BE, but Be Well, Beautiful Woman. And the BeWellBeautifulWoman.com website. Check her out. She's doing so much goodness, not just in Kalamazoo. Podcast, yes. Yeah. Not just in Kalamazoo, but globally. Also the Hook of the Hamate. Bruh, if you ain't been here, come here. Like, Hook of the Hamate, Fennville, Michigan. Stop playing with your life, because this right here is goodness. And then also, okay, it's this place, right? I think it's called like Pizza on the Run.
On the alley.
Back alley.
Back alley pizza. What is it called? Back Alley Douglas.
Listen.
I'm gonna go have another slice
Right.
of my pizza
The
and my
pizza,
purple kale salad.
The cinnamon. Can you tell me about your cinnamon?
It's
Oh.
so good. My purple kale salad is amazing.
And it had purple tomatoes or something.
Purple tomatoes, Kalamata olives, red tomatoes, purple onions, and purple lettuce.
Okay.
Purple
so-
kale.
Purple kale,
Yes,
yeah. And
yes,
so
yes.
here's the other thing, right? So we have probably like 6 different orders, right? 6 orders, and not just like regular orders. Like, no, I want some of this, and I want some of that, and then I want this specific dressing. Oh, and then I want, we did what we have the right to do, bruh. All of it right.
Perfect
All of
order.
everything came. Boop, boop. You said you want what? Okay, got it. Oh, it's what time? Oh, it's how many people? We got you. We got you. Done. Boop. So shout out to them again.
Yes.
Back Road Alley.
Back Alley.
Back Alley.
Yes.
Okay. Back
Alley Douglas.
in Douglas, Michigan, right by Fennville, right over there. Oh, and then while we hear Cranes.
Yes, the Pinot Grigio collection and the Chardonnay collection and the pie.
So again, shout out just for the places that have welcomed us. They have embraced us. It's a couple of places that we didn't touch down in, but we heard good things about. Can't talk about none we don't know about.
Right.
But I'm just saying it's a lot of goodness and richness here. So I think that's it. All right. And last but not least, thank you. You tuned in. You stayed for the whole time.
Hey.
So thank you. And we look
Yes.
forward to
Much
seeing you in
gratitude.
October.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the gift of today.
And be the first to put you first in all ways and all ways.
Hey. And then we have to end it. Yep. Okay.